Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things fade away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. Saint Teresa of Avila. Educational systems. What schools don't teach. Understanding how power structures really work. Education shapes how societies think, but what schools teach is only part of the full picture. Across the world, educational systems are designed to prepare students to enter into existing structures, economic, political, and cultural, yet many important lessons about how power actually operates are often left out of the curriculum. To understand this, it helps to look at what education prioritizes. Schools focus on measurable skills, literacy, mathematics, science, and national history. These subjects are vital, but they tend to present knowledge as neutral, separate from the systems that shape who benefits from it. Rarely do students learn how decisions about education itself are made, who decides what is important, what is left out, and why. Power in society can be described as the ability to influence outcomes, to shape rules, resources, and narratives. Most education systems are funded and managed by governments, whose policies reflect political and economic interests. This means the structure of education often mirrors the structure of power. For example, standardized testing, grading systems, and national curricula are not just tools for learning. They also define success and failure in ways that serve existing economic needs. Rewarding conformity, punctuality, and competition, traits valued in industrial and corporate environments. Another area schools rarely explore is how knowledge itself can reinforce hierarchy systems. The idea of official knowledge, what counts as true, useful, or important, has historically been shaped by those with access to authority and resources. For centuries, education in many countries centered on elite perspectives, national heroes, political leaders, or dominant cultural groups while minimizing the experiences of others. Understanding how those narratives are built helps reveal to people the way power itself is maintained through what they learn to accept as normal. Economic systems also play a central role. Modern schooling developed during industrialization, when societies needed a trained workforce. Classrooms were structured like factories, organized schedules, obedience to authority, and performance assessments. Even today, many schools still prepare students to fit into pre-existing labor markets rather than question or reshape them. Discussions about who owns wealth, how financial systems influence politics, or how global corporations affect communities are rarely central to formal education. Media literacy and critical thinking are taught to varying degrees, but usually without examining who controls the media or how information is filtered. Students may learn to identify bias, but not how major institutions, governments, corporations, and technology companies shape what people see and believe. Without this context, it becomes harder to understand how power operates beyond visible authority figures. There are also structural factors inside education itself. Access to quality schooling often depends on location, wealth, and social class. These inequalities reproduce power patterns across generations. The hidden curriculum, the lessons learned from daily routines, discipline, and authority, teaches more than just academic content. This is done softly in that it communicates who is expected to lead, who is expected to follow, and how much questioning is acceptable. Outside formal education, people continue learning through experience, media, and social interaction. This informal education can either reinforce or challenge established power systems. When citizens develop critical awareness, the ability to connect personal experiences to larger social structures, they gain tools to navigate and influence those systems more effectively. Ultimately, understanding how power really works requires combining traditional knowledge with social insight, so this means you must examine questions like, who benefits from this rule? Who is excluded from this opportunity? Who decides what counts as success? Schools may not always provide these answers, but awareness of their absence is the first step toward deeper learning. Education can empower, but only when it includes the study of power itself. So yet again, it is vital to understand what schools don't teach. Individuals and societies can dissect what's going on to see the full structure of influence. And this allows us to become more informed, but most of all, it teaches us about how the powers that are maintaining the educational system into the future want to hold on to control. If you like our videos, feel free to like and subscribe to Template Hub Driver, or contact us at templatehubdriver.com, or just email templatehubdriver@gmail.com.